Hi Scorpio, and welcome to the Mother Tressa channel. Those that are familiar with this space, welcome back. But if you are new to this environment, welcome in. Definitely feel free to be your most authentic self wherever you are energetically, be it positive, negative, or neutral. It really doesn't matter so long as you leave better than you came, okay? I don't want to rush through your reading, but I kind of have to because the sun's going down. And I do not want to turn on this light. It's like, ugh. But yeah, Scorpio, what you guys have as the overlying energy is the Six of Wands. Virgo had that card straight out the gate in the same position. So definitely check that video out. The Cruise that hounds you is the Lovers. Here we go. So some of you guys are feeling very victorious in love. What's real about the situation? You have the Eight of Wands, your energy, your vibration, the number 8. What's wrong about the situation? You guys have the Nine of Wands. All right. Where you need more information, you have the Seven of Swords. And where you end up, okay, we'll take it. Where you end up, you have 3 cards here. You have the Queen of Pentacles with the Five of Cups and the 10 of Pentacles. All right. So this is a mending of the fences is what I'm hearing. That's what came through. I feel like some of you guys have been in a loving relationship with somebody that you put on a pedestal, that you put above yourself, right? Their wants took precedent in your life here. And at the beginning, it felt all well and good with this Eight of Wands energy until you realized just how hard it was to maintain this person's happiness. Excuse me. You have the Nine of Wands here. And then in the where you need more information position, you have the Seven of Swords. 7 vibrationally speaks to the 7th house, which is Libra's energy. Just did their reading. Do check out that video as well. But it speaks to matters of partnership, marriages, and any other relationship that's more contractual in nature. So a business partner, if you will, or just a really good friend that you do business with, or just a really good friend that you feel loyal to. So, yeah, I feel like it was all well and good until you realized that no matter how hard you tried, you just could not keep this person happy or satisfied. And that affected your own personal happiness and well-being, potentially your health here as well. And so I definitely feel like you guys are coming into a period where you're going to have that powwow and that sit down talk. And it's like, look, hey, like I'm not obligated with this Nine of Wands energy and the Seven of Swords with the Pentacles to do and provide for your every need. You know, I can't be your end all be all here, and or vice versa. So if it's just been you and your person and you guys have been attached at the hip, then it's like, hey, you really need to remember who you are, right? And your identity, which was also coming through a little bit in Libra's reading, and get back in touch with your friends. You know what I'm saying? Get back in touch with your desires and the goals that you have wanted to accomplish. Go and set out and do things for yourself and on your own without me being there. You know what I mean? Or I need to do this for myself here. Okay, I'm not responsible for your every need. That's what you have parents for. Whenever you feel like you need to get certain nourishment out of an entity, right? A being, and I can't be there for you. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like for some of you Scorpios, you've dropped everything for this person, quite literally, and or vice versa. And it's going to, if it hasn't already, lead to some resentment, which again, if you never express vocally, then internally you can feel like your immune system is depleted with all of this Pentacles energy here, or you at a point in time you felt that way, or you felt a little bit more aggressive. What is that? I want to say like having an attitude with the Wands energy. But again, the number 6 speaks to Virgo's house, and Virgo is very concerned with overall health and well-being. So stay with me here. So it can be the heightened outbursts that you find yourself having, or again, just attitudes, unprovoked as well. And that's affected your health. Or if you've been a little bit more passive aggressive with the Seven of Swords energy and not speaking your truth and not making amends and kind of wanting to brush everything under the rug with this energy that you lead out with, then it's having to transform and or transcend that. The word transcendence came through in Libra's reading, definitely go check that out. I'm telling you, there's a message in there for you as well. It's going to help tie all of these pieces together here. But you realize then how your own immune system has been affected, and that's going to lead to nothing but what? Increased medical bills and expenses that maybe you don't have to come out of pocket for right now, especially because we are so close to the holiday season, right? Not Thanksgiving. God damn. Christmas is next Wednesday, this upcoming Wednesday. And so it's like, you don't need to be doing things or internalizing things that's going to affect your health and put you maybe on bed rest, because I'm definitely seeing that here. I feel like if not you, then maybe somebody in your family is on bed rest. So like a paternal figure, maternal figure, just somebody that's older in age. And you realize just how important family can be if you've been detached from that. Some of you guys, you've just been so immersed in expanding like your business and expanding your relationship. If you have your own family, right, your own wife, husband, and or children that you're looking after, or if you've been playing the field, you've been neglecting your health, or you've been neglecting other areas of your life that are more important. So this health scare potentially of somebody that is older in age, definitely getting parent energy here. It's going to make you realize it doesn't mean anything if all the people that actually matter aren't by your side. So I feel like that is going to be a reality check for some of you guys. Some of you guys definitely need to come back to earth and be a little bit more humble about the things that you have acquired and or that you will acquire coming up here. Some of you guys, you're just going so hard and so fast and trying to strive for success again because you have children already that you have to look out for. You know what I mean? And you just want to provide the best for them and make sure that you're setting them up for success so that they don't have to work as hard as you. Sure, though it seems pure in heart, at the end of the day, you're again putting somebody else's needs and or wants above your own here. And also, I find that those parents that coddle their children in such a way as that often debilitate or handicap them. I'm definitely getting that with that energy that's coming through here in some way, form, or fashion, because then they don't learn how to be independent, you know, if they're only going to be living off of your success. So definitely once they come of age, but if not, once they have formed more of that, what is that called, like abstract understanding. Was it Piaget's 4 styles of learning? I don't remember who the psychologist was. I'm going to have to plug the name here. But there was one stage in development where a child then comes into more concrete learning and understanding of things and or concepts. And so once they come of age in that way, then you're needing to have more of those types of talks with your child so that they can understand the importance of a dollar. Because those parents, again, tend to raise spoiled brats. And it's kind of like if they don't get what they want, then they can throw temper tantrums. And they just raise hell with this 9 of Wands energy. If this isn't you in your own partnerships and or dynamics with matters of the heart and the way that you put others above you. For some of you guys, I feel like the honeymoon phase is starting to end. If you've been in that for a while, you're starting to understand just how challenging loving another person is and being there for another person in the way that they need it, apart from the way that you desire to provide it, also is coming through, which also came through in Leo's reading. And there's a lot of Wands energy here. So you can be dealing with a Leo or another fire sign with strong placements such as Leo, Aries, or Sagittarius here. If this is not your own nature in those aspects being activated at this time. But I definitely get the sense that some of you guys are wanting to develop a deeper understanding of chemistry, of like certain sciences. So this can be occult learning, this can be psychology, this can be sociology as well. Some of you guys might be wanting to go back to school because we do have the 9 of Wands energy, but just being careful that you're not overwhelming yourself with all the other things that you're having to juggle and all the other responsibilities. You do have a pool, right? A reserve of energy, and you do have the strength, and you guys are strong-willed enough and determined enough to make it happen. but not without exhausting the body. Again, it comes back to that. So just be very careful with how much you're deciding to put on your plate, that your eyes aren't bigger than your stomach here, especially going back to the matters of the heart and you dabbling maybe in different areas or dating different people at one time. That your eyes aren't bigger than your stomach here, and that you're not making false promises with these people, with the Queen of Pentacles, the Five of Cups, and the Ten of Pentacles. It's gotten quite dark, so I do apologize, you guys. But yeah, that you're not leading people on to believe that they're the only one that you have your eye on, if that's not the truth of the matter. If you're still trying to decide who it is that you want to be committed to, some of you guys, I feel like if you don't have a planet or a placement in your 7th house, then relationships really aren't an integral part of your being and or your identity. Like you do fine with or without a relationship. It doesn't make or break you as it does to other people. So I feel like some of you guys can go longer periods of time without having to jump into the dating pool. My phone is going off, so I'm taking that as an omen. All right, Scorpio, and I need to wrap it up as well because it's getting pretty dark in this reading. But you know what? Let me turn on the light. Let me just, hold on. The lighting is atrocious. Ooh, hopefully I can color correct, but again, it's not about perfection. I just need to get this message out to you guys. But where was I going? Yes. So if you don't really have a planet or a placement in your 7th house, you can go longer periods of time without feeling like you have to involve yourself. But then when you do, you can go on like this like binge of just dating any and everybody, of trying to, you know, what's that saying? How does it go? Get your rocks off. Where you're just casually just involving yourself with people and having a lot of one-night stands, if you will. Just that type of energy, you can definitely binge. You definitely are extremists. Scorpios are extremists, so you lie on one end of the spectrum or the other. But it's like you need to figure out how to move on faster without doing things that are self-harming, or without you turning into a manipulative, vindictive person with the 9 of Wands energy, without it turning into rage, you know what I mean? Without it turning into you becoming an opportunist. It turns into that like hurt people type of energy, and you don't want to do that. Don't let any of these situations taint your heart and taint your true authentic nature and the way that you care with this 5 of Cups energy, and the way that you love, and the way that you leave your mark on the world and society at large, okay? Things all are constantly changing. The 5 of Swords came up in Libra's reading. You have the 5 of Cups. So people in love always change. People's desires and their needs always change in love. So you're having to be a little bit more understanding in that. And also people can change. So if somebody's trying to come back from the past, the 7 of Swords is just you really hearing this person out. This isn't a malevolent or a benevolent card. It's really what you make of it, and or what the situation is trying to show you about it. So with this person coming back in, just pay attention to your intuition here and follow your gut instincts as well. You're a lot sharper than you give yourself credit for when it comes to people, right? And what their motives or their intentions are. And so just listen to that and watch for that. But don't make a judgment until you hear everything. Let this person say their piece as far as the way that they perceive the dynamic to have gone. And also if they feel like you have hurt them, it's not up to you to decide whether or not what your actions did were intended. I don't know how I'm trying to say that. It's not up to you to decide whether or not you've hurt this person. If they say that you did, then you have to own that, right? Take ownership with this Pentacles energy that's here, and give the proper apology. Don't become dismissive, because then this person can then shut down. But the difference between those who sustain a love and those who just give up altogether on love is the ought to be in love. Okay, it's a consistent decision to meet love where it is, right? And to foster that love as it grows, and to be able to be flexible enough to change with it as it does. Damn, come through. Come through. So that's what came through for you, Scorpios. If this reading resonated, definitely give me a thumbs up. Share this with your friends and family. Subscribe if you haven't yet, and book with me should you need to. But if I don't hear from you, then please just take care of yourself and your soul until you hear from me again. Ciao.